right, welcome back. I am back with day tens of love time special. If you are joining me for the first time, I am Yashika Foster, affectionately known as the Artist of Dating. And this is day eight of my 10 days of love. And today we're talking about love languages. And I've done a video about love language before and explained the different types of love language there are. And I think that part of knowing who you are is really, really getting in tune with your love language, because the reason why love languages are important is because a person that you're seeing, you're in love with, you're dating, you're marrying or whatever, they need to know how to connect with you, right? You need to know how to connect with them. Sometimes the way that we receive love is not necessarily the way we give love, right? So I want to go through the 5 different type of love languages, and then you decide if you show love and receive love in the same way. So the first one I wanted to talk about is words of affirmation. Words of affirmation. This is easily done. This is something that doesn't cost money. This is something that doesn't take away from anything. You don't have to do anything but speak it. Words are free as long as you can talk. You can use words, and they always tell you to choose them correctly because words are important, right? So words of affirmation. This means something as simple as you telling someone, hey, I love your hair like that, or I'm really proud of the work that you've done, or I'm really grateful for you for this, or I appreciate the fact that you do these things for me, or because of the fact that you did this, I'm able to do that, or our family. Like those are, it's almost like encouragement, right? Words of affirmation, acknowledging the person, letting them know that, or them let depends your the way you show or receive love, or both, right? So words of affirmation is just simply speaking light into someone, simply verbalizing how you love someone, how you cherish them. And if that's the way that you receive love, then your partner needs to know that. They need to know that this is how you know that a person loves you, is that the things that they say to you, right? And here's the thing about it. A lot of times people want other people to figure out things about them. And I believe that you teach a person how to love you. You teach, just like you teach a person how to treat you, you teach a person how to love you. So if your love language is words of affirmation and your partner doesn't know that, have a conversation. It's just that simple. Or if they've really been paying attention, they may pick up on it, but that doesn't mean you have a conversation. It doesn't mean anything. Words are important and communication is more important. All right. The next love language is quality time. Some people believe that this is just like the creme de la creme of relationships is quality time. And I believe that quality time is important, right? Some people, however, they feel is that quality time means something different to them. Some people may feel like, okay, because of this or that and the third, I only have this much time in a day or a week or whatever. And so if I'm choosing you, this is quality time for me. That means that for them, that's not their love language. But if quality time for you is your love language, then have a conversation with that person and let them know that, hey, I don't need you to squeeze me in when you can't. I need you to make time for me, period. Don't squeeze me in, make time for me. Because chill. I like to just sit there and cuddle and talk. I like to, have public displays of affection by walking out on a park or at the beach holding hands because we're spending time together. Some people say, well, I don't need all the fancy things. I don't need all these things. I just need you. I need your time. And so if this is something that you feel is your love language, then just as I said about words of affirmation, tell your partner that this is how you feel love is by spending time with that person in quality time. Not just, you in one room in the house and they're in the other room in the house, you know what I mean? And you guys are not together. I mean, actually spending time together, growing, learning, understanding one another, feeling each other's heartbeat. Because sometimes you don't even have to say anything. It's just something about being in that person's presence. right? So that's what quality time is, okay? The next one is physical. Now, sometimes people will get confused sex or things like that, but you guys know that when it comes to physical, it's more than just sex. It's about exploring, it's about caressing, it's about the fingertips, it's about the body touch, it's about the warmth of the body, right? So when a person says their love language is physical touch, what that means, it can mean something as simple as, when you're talking to them, you're touching on their leg or their hand or their arm. Or when you're laying in bed and you're reading a book, you have your leg or something thrown on him or her, right? That's physical touch. That's showing that little affection, or that affection lets you know that, hey, I see you, I know you're here, and I appreciate you being here, right? And so don't always look at physical touch as being sex. It can just be simple as laying in bed and you're putting your hands in their hair, or you're rubbing their, a kiss, a hug. All those are physical touch. But I want you guys to think about the smaller things, because all those bigger things, the sex, when you have all those smaller things into place, it makes everything else better as well. So if your partner's physical touch if physical touch is your partner's love language, then listen, that's easy. That's inexpensive. You know what I mean? Show them that you love them by doing physical touch. Show them that you understand their love language, right? And if that's yours, then you guys work well together. Okay? That's the physical touch one. Now we move on to acts of service. So acts of service is one of those things where, somebody does something for you without you even telling them, right? Because they know you need it. Knowing what you need before you even need it, right? Say you got an important something dry cleaning. Your partner just know and pick it up. That's an act of service, or paying attention to the small details about them. So, for example, say you have a partner that loves burgers but don't like onions, right? And so when you go to order their food for them, because you were the one that placed the order, you didn't have to be reminded that, hey, they don't like onions on their sandwiches. They like burgers but not onions. Those are those small things. Those are those extra services that you do for a person. Those little small things. It doesn't have to be on a grand scale where you go and give them a whole body massage, or you gotta go and run an errand for them. It could be something small, as simply as remembering something about them that they don't have to tell you about, right? Or the fact that you like a specific type of chocolate. So if I go to the grocery store and I think about you, I'm like, well, you know what, he likes dark chocolate, let me make sure it export, but I know that later he likes to eat chocolate. So I'm going to bring him a bag of dark chocolate. Those are the types of acts of service that people really, really get away from, or they forget to do. But in a really, really loving relationship, those things are there. Those things are present. Those things are the little things that add up to let a person know that you truly, truly love them. All right. And then, of course, we are going to the receiving gifts. Listen, receiving gifts does not mean you go out and you purchase a whole home for a person, or a car, or this luxurious, watch, or piece of jewelry, right? Receiving gifts can be something as small as, like I gave the example of, buying something from the grocery store because they like it. That's a gift, right? You sometimes how you at the checkout at a local convenience store, and you may see like a little refrigerated magnet or a roll that may remind you of your partner. And so you pick it up because you're thinking about them. And so you tell them, listen, I know that you like pink. I know that you like, glittery things. For example, this pen. And my partner is checking out at a convenience store and they think about me, right? This pen costs every bit of $1, right? But it's the fact that they thought about me enough because of the pink, and they know that I like glitter things. Okay. So although this is a $1 item, right? When it comes to receiving gifts, it's not on a grand scale. It's because of the thought behind the gift, right? So that's what receiving gifts is about. And so for me, if someone brings me something, and they thought about me, I'm going to always be overjoyed. Quick story. Everyone knows that I love pink, right? Everyone knows that I love pink. And so different gifts from two different people, right? But they were the same gifts, more or less, right? Now, granted, that person embellished it a little bit differently than that person, but they were the same gifts. If I was to, put them off to the side, it's the exact same gift because they had me in mind. They knew that I like pink. Now, because I like pink, I got two of the same things, but you know what? It is what it is because they're not going to last forever. So I'm able to use one, and then when that one wears out, I can use the other. But it's just the fact that both people made sure that they bought me something that was pink because they know I like pink. I'm a pink girl. So those are the type of things that I'm talking about when you're talking about receiving gifts. It's the thought that a person puts into it with you in mind. It's not on a grand scale. It could be on a small scale. Now, yeah, we love the big gifts. We love the rings and the diamonds and the pearls and all those things. But sometimes it could be something as simple as a 99-cent pen door. All right, so when we talk about your love language, it is important that you know what your love language is. And if your partner doesn't know, then tell him or her, right? Because listen, we're not in a business of playing games anymore. We're getting too old for that. Life is happening and no one has time to waste time, right? So if you are dating someone and they don't know that about you, tell them. There's nothing wrong with telling them. So then that way they'll know. It gives them like a secret to how to get to your heart. Even if you're in the beginning stages. Now, if you're longer in your relationship, that partner probably knows already what your love language is. But if you're in the beginning stages and you're still getting to know a person, there's nothing wrong with expressing to them exactly what your love language is and asking them what theirs is and see if it's compatible. See if you guys have that compatibility, because some people like to give gifts but not necessarily receive them, right? But tell anybody else. Some people don't want to be told that they look good, but they're okay with telling someone else about their achievements, right? So you just got to know who your partner is, right? That's it. Just know who your partner is, know who you're dating, know what your love language is, and understand their love language. Okay, so that wraps up my day 8. I am Yashika Foster, affectionately known as the Artist of Dating, and I empower successful women to date through self-discovery, to manifest the love of their lives with the tools to balance it all. I will catch you guys in day 9. Bye. Oh.